Hi, it's Nicole here from Sydney English Teacher and from the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. And I'm coming to you with episode 46 of my Question of the Day series. Today's question is actually a really good one and it's quite relevant to almost everyone. So let's have a look. Why can't Siri understand me? Really good question. And as I said, it's relevant to almost everyone, even native speakers, because we all have an issue with Siri or with the equivalent, who is, I think, Alexa. So, look, don't stress. You're not the only one in this situation. You're not the only one that Siri doesn't understand. I completely agree with you that it is frustrating when you ask her a question and she doesn't understand you. But I'm going to give you a few tips today to make it easier so that you don't give up on Siri or Alexa and so that you continue to use this fun speaking tool. Let's have a look. So, why can't Siri understand me? The simple answer is pronunciation. That is the simple answer. She can't understand you because of pronunciation. I'll go into a bit more detail for you in today's episode, but it's important to always remember that when you speak with an automated device, you need to speak as slowly and as clearly as possible because you're talking to a machine. You know, a machine can't think and can't try to work out what you're saying, unlike a person. You know, for a machine, it's all black and white. But how amazing is it that we actually have the opportunity to do this? We have the opportunity to speak with a machine, a robot, artificial intelligence. Technology is truly incredible. And learning a language or practicing a language which with technology is even more incredible. So why can't Siri understand me? Number one, I think you need to be aware of your pronunciation. You know, the sound of your voice is more important than you realize when you are using an artificial intelligence speaking tool. You know, it's all about the standard pronunciation of sounds, of words. It's all about the use of stress and linking and intonation so that Siri or Alexa can understand you. You know, it's actually a great exercise to do regularly because if you're speaking with Siri or Alexa, it forces you to really focus on your pronunciation and on really making an effort to speak as clearly as possible. So be aware of your pronunciation. Next, slow down when you speak. That's simple, you know. Another important factor when it comes to Siri or Alexa or any other similar tool is the speed at which you speak, you know. If you speak too quickly, they have absolutely no chance of understanding you even if you have the perfect pronunciation, even if you're a native speaker. So slow down. Speak as slowly and clearly as possible, and you will be understood. And you know what? It will really help you with your overall speech as well. If you remember to slow down, it's not a race. It's not a race. So slow down when you speak. Next, practice makes perfect. I think we know that. Have you used Siri before, or Alexa, or any of the other tools? It's such a fun tool and it's a great way to actually practice asking questions. Yeah, I'd suggest trying to ask one question a day to see if Siri understands and if she responds. Alternatively, you can ask a few questions at a time. It's up to you and how much time you have. But it's so funny to have a question answer conversation with Siri or Alexa just to see how she responds. Obviously, it's a great pronunciation activity too, because it really forces you to slow down, to speak clearly. And the more you practice, of course, the easier it will be, because practice makes perfect. And we all want to be perfect. Next, practice without any external help. You know, Speaking with Siri or the equivalent really forces you to communicate without any help. Because when you speak with Siri, you have no external clues to help you. There's no body language, there's no facial expressions, there's no gestures to help bring your point across. It's just the sound of your voice, the pronunciation, the words that you use. So it's a really good opportunity to practice without having your facial expressions, your body gestures helping you. So give it a go. I'll give you a quick overview of the key points I'd like you to remember from today's episode. Number one, be aware of pronunciation. The sound of your voice is more important than you realize. We need to speak really clearly and focus on the pronunciation of the sounds, the words. Focus on stress, linking, intonation, all of those elements of pronunciation so that Siri understands you and so that you speak like that normally. Number two, speak more slowly. The speed at which you speak really determines your understanding or people's understanding of you. So slow down. It's not a race. You don't want to be the first over the finish line. So slow down and you'll be better understood. Number three, practice every single day. I cannot emphasize this enough. In whatever you do, practice is obviously the key. In this situation, the more you practice asking Siri questions, the better she'll understand. She'll get used to your voice and what you sound like. But also, it'll be easier for you because you're asking more often, you're asking more frequently, and you're aware of the fact that you need to slow down and speak clearly. And number four, there's no external help. There's no body language, facial expressions, or gestures to help you. So you are purely focusing on the sound of your voice. Really good activity, because if you speak to someone and they're watching you, then your body language will help them understand. So, the perfect pronunciation is not as important then. But if you speak with Siri or the equivalent, You have no choice but to slow down, speak clearly, and really be aware of the sound of your voice. So, a quick bonus tip from me, as in any situation, practice absolutely makes perfect. So, I want you to practice speaking with Siri. Ask her questions. Really slow down your speech. Speak slowly and focus on the sound of your voice. What do you sound like? What's your pronunciation like? If you do this, you have a much better chance of Siri understanding you now and for the long term. So go and have some fun and, above all, enjoy her funny answers because, they always make you laugh. So go and have some fun with Siri or Alexa or whoever she's called. If you have any questions about today's episode, please get in touch. Alternatively, if you have any topics that you would like me to feature on a future episode, please get in touch as well. I'd be more than happy to help. And of course, I'd also be more than happy to help you in my learning community. So if you're not part of my learning community yet, I have an amazing Facebook page and Facebook group with thousands of learners from all over the world. We also have a website and a blog with so many free learning resources. The YouTube channel, again, hundreds of learning videos there. And of course, we also have an amazing online learning opportunity with my online courses and programs, with my VIP club, and with my learning library. So do make sure you join me there as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope that my answer to the question about why can't Siri understand me really helped you and made you realize that pronunciation and speaking slowly and clearly is really important. So, thank you again. If you found this episode helpful, click the share button and share it with your family and friends. I'd absolutely love to help them too. So, that's it from me today. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening and come back again tomorrow for episode 4.